Hi girlies, welcome back to my channel. I have the most incredible video for you guys today because I am going to be unboxing my dream wedding bag, my dream Quota bag from Hermes. She's sitting right here and we're just about to get to the unboxing, but before we do, hi, I'm Somidoshoppers. I make videos once a week on luxury and fashion. I love taking you guys around SF with me or my travels, sharing all the purchases I make along the way. So if you love everything luxury and fashion, I would love it if you subscribe so you do not miss out. Okay, so without further ado, I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Let's get to the unboxing. Here she is, and I cannot tell you how incredibly shocked I was to receive this offer because it literally came out of left field. I literally did not see it coming. If you guys know, I recently did my special order back in February and I actually received this Birkin 25 back in January. So honestly, I thought I was done for Quota bags for this year, but my SA knew that I was going to be engaged this month and he did not hold back. He pulled out all the stops and was able to offer this beautiful Quota bag to me. So let's open her up. So I'm going to be getting into the story time too after all of this, and then I'll just do like a brief overview of my Hermes journey because I know a lot of people are often curious about, how do you get these beautiful bags? So let's just open her up and see what I got. So here she is. Please pause if you want to write down in the comments what you think I got. I mean, I think this was just honestly manifested for me because this is like the exact bag that I've been dreaming about. And she is. She is a Kelly 25 in Epsom leather. The color of the leather is Craie, and she has palladium hardware, and I am just speechless. I am honestly so speechless because this is the bag that I've been wanting for so long. Because I'm being engaged, I really wanted a bag with palladium hardware and I wanted something that was pretty white or off-white. Kind of the colors on my list were kind of like off-whites or light grays. And it cannot get more perfect than this. So we're gonna get into all the details of this beautiful bag, what happened the exact day that I was picking up this offer, and generally an overview of how my Hermes journey has been so far. But before we do, I wanted to do a quick thank you and shout out to today's sponsor, which is Gingiberi. Gingiberi is a beautiful jewelry brand that is based in the UK that specializes in pearl jewelry, diamond jewelry, and gemstone jewelry, and they make the most beautiful, exquisite pieces that I have ever seen. These gorgeous pearls that I'm wearing now, of course, are from Gingiberi, and I am honestly so shocked at the quality, the beauty of these pearls, the luster on these pearls. This necklace is called the Starry Night necklace, and these earrings are called the Tassel Love, and they are so beautiful together as a set. This beautiful set consists of freshwater pearls, specifically Aurora pearls, which have really high luster and beautiful shape, beautiful symmetry in their pearls, and also is made of 18 karat gold. So these are pieces that are meant to last a very long time. I love how this set looks together. It is perfect for the summertime. I really love the spacing between the pearls with these dainty little gold balls in between, especially on the necklace. It gives it a little bit more of a casual and kind of tropical vibe, but at the same time, it can definitely be dressed up because of how dainty and delicate these pieces are. I was particularly most excited for these pieces, especially this necklace, because there has been this Mikimoto necklace that I've been eyeing for so long, but it was actually a piece that was released a long time ago, and so I keep seeing it pop up a little bit here and there on social media from people who already own the necklace, but I could not find this necklace anywhere. It literally does not exist. But Gingiberi came out with this beautiful necklace that is so similar to it, but at such a fraction of the cost, and I immediately snatched this up when Gingiberi was asking me which pieces I would love to try. Like I was mentioning, Gingiberi is so multifunctional. Most of their pieces can be worn in more than one way. So right now you do see a beautiful tassel dangling drop pearl earring, but this dangle piece can't actually be removed from the earring such that you're just left with a beautiful pearl stud. So if I want a little bit more of a casual look, I can simply remove the dangle piece off of these tassel earrings and I'm simply left with a beautiful pearl stud. Additionally, the same applies to this necklace. This necklace length can be easily turned into a choker or a more loose-fitting necklace very easily with the clasped design. The clasp mechanism works such that you can just clasp it in between any of these pearls that you like. So if you want a choker design, you simply have to clasp it a little bit more up the pearl necklace so that you can get a really fitted pearl look like so. But simply clasping it lower will give you a more looser pearl string necklace. As you can see, I've created a a lot more space in between my neck and the pearls. And so this is going to be really useful because everybody, of course, has a little bit different of a body shape. And so this adjustability feature makes it so easy for anybody to enjoy this piece. Of course, as you saw, they were really smart in this design because they didn't actually put in like a proper clasp. So you can actually make a lariat out of this necklace as well, like so. And the clasp is so small and hidden. This necklace looks like it was meant to be worn like this all the time. And so you can see just how versatile Gingiberi pieces are. They can be worn in so many different ways, so you're definitely going to be getting your money's worth with just buying one piece. I honestly could not recommend this set anymore. If you are somebody who loves pearls, if you are somebody who loves dainty fine jewelry, this set is going to be perfect for you. Now, as you guys know, I mean, this is the unboxing for my proposal slash wedding bag, which obviously is in palladium hardware. You guys know that I'm slowly starting to build up my white gold collection, so the rest of the pieces from Gingiberi that I did request are all going to be in white gold because I'm heavily considering wearing these pieces on my engagement day. So this next set that I want to show you is very special because it is, of course, white gold, it has pearls, and it also has diamonds. These beautiful diamond and pearl earrings are called the Exquisite earrings, and this necklace lariat that you see right here is called their Eternal Grace necklace. While these pieces are minimalistic, they are stunning. I mean, the sparkle on the diamonds and the luster on the pearls is absolutely incredible. I love that they're just so dainty and they're so minimal because honestly, that's the kind of person that I am. I'm not really into really big statement jewelry. I'm very much into kind of quieter, smaller pieces that I accentuate their beauty and their beauty accentuates me. And so I don't love jewelry that really kind of like screams out at anybody because I believe that it should just be like a nice harmony. Whatever you're wearing, you should complement it and it should complement you. This beautiful lariat features, again, this beautiful gold chain that really shimmers in the light. It has a drop pearl here. These are Akoya pearls, so they're extremely lustrous. And then we do have a small diamond here that again is so cute and dainty. And of course, sticking with the Gingiberi theme, where everything has more than one purpose, this lariat is easily adjustable. So this little diamond here actually serves as kind of a point where you can adjust the length of the lariat and of course the length of your necklace. So you could pull it all the way down. So then you get this beautiful drop pendant with the little diamond and the pearl. Again, just super minimalistic and really casual, but you can create even a choker look like so. If you're really going for kind of like a really elegant V neckline, this would be absolutely perfect for that. Just like the previous set, this set goes so beautifully together, and if you're looking for some really beautiful, dainty, fine white gold jewelry, this is going to be perfect for you. And I did want to again just draw on how high quality these materials are. Very similarly to diamonds, pearls also get graded on their own scale, so they're graded in terms of like luster, they're graded in terms of shape, in terms of blemishes, in terms of like how round they are. And so Gingiberi does a really, really careful job of selecting the only highest quality pearls, so they're looking for the highest luster, the most symmetry in their pearls, and they source a lot of different pearls. You know, they have Akoya pearls, Tahitian pearls, freshwater pearls, South Sea pearls, so they have a really large range of colors of pearls, types of pearls. They have such a wide range, and they're going to definitely have a piece that is suited to you. And before I move on to the last piece, which again is so beautiful, I did want to just mention that something that I really found super unique and really interesting about Gingiberi is that they actually offer a customization program. So this means that you can either go to them with your own design and then you can ask them to work with their designers and create that specific design, or you can even make like minor modifications. For example, let's say I loved this Eternal Grace necklace, but I actually wanted it in yellow gold, or I wanted it with maybe a diamond at the end instead of a pearl. I can actually go and request that and work with their design team in the UK to make the perfect piece for me. So they have tons and tons and tons of customization options, and this is something that I usually don't find in these kinds of brands because of course it's a lot of work to offer their own line of jewelry, but then also offer these services on the side. But having those services and having that option to really create a unique, one-of-a-kind piece for you is something that is very hard to find. And so if you are looking for that perfect piece, and even if you don't find it on their website, they can definitely make it for you, and that in itself is so special. Now, the last piece that Gingiberi was kind enough to give me is honestly a match made in heaven. They are these beautiful sea salt earrings. They feature an Akoya pearl as well as a beautiful aquamarine stone. As you can see, look at this beautiful shade of blue. And of course I had to buy it because I'm in my light blue girl era with my recent chalcedony pendant, and so I definitely wanted to get a pair of earrings to complement the necklace. In addition to that, I was born in March, and so aquamarine is my stone. I actually don't have many aquamarine pieces. I never really was into that fad where you go and buy like a bunch of things in your birthstone, but I do really love light blue, and I love that aquamarine is my birthstone, so these earrings are honestly special to me. And once again, I think they are such a beautiful and elegant match to my chalcedony pendant. Once again, I think that these earrings really highlight how versatile the brand itself is, because they don't just offer one thing. They're not just like pearl experts, which they are pearl experts, but that's not where the brand stops. They also offer diamonds, they offer gemstones, they offer a lot more gemstones than just aquamarine. So you can get a variety of pieces, a variety of designs from just one brand, which again, I think is really unique to Gingiberi. Gingiberi ethically sources all the materials. They use 18 karat gold, they use the finest quality pearls, they use natural diamonds, and they are providing the highest quality pieces on the market, but at a really affordable price with quality that compares to already established pearl brands such as Mikimoto. Not only are their pieces so beautiful, but they're also really creatively designed such that they are very versatile, they are multifunctional. Oftentimes a piece can be worn in multiple ways. There are attachments that you can take on and off to create various looks. You can also shorten and lengthen their necklaces with very clever mechanisms, and so because of this feature and their really great price point, these pieces are so worthwhile, they're so classic, and they're going to last in your collection for years and years to come. Whenever I'm buying something, especially from a brand that I'm new to, I really value the packaging and presentation of the materials, because that is a first impression of a brand, especially if I'm going to be gifting it to someone, or even if it's just like a little treat to myself. I love unboxings. I am a fashion channel. You see so many unboxings, so for me, the way that I feel and the way that I see something when it's unboxed is really important to me, and it just creates a really luxurious feeling that you're getting like the whole experience even if you're ordering online. And Gingiberi did not disappoint. Every single one of their pieces was so beautifully packaged with care, and it was so clear that they were handcrafted, hand packaged. It was honestly such a wonderful experience going through each and every single piece that they were so kind enough to gift me. And in addition, they included free things such as a jewelry travel case, which is so useful because I'm literally going to Korea tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to be packing all my beautiful new pieces in that travel case. They also provide certificates of authentication because obviously these pieces have beautiful pearls and beautiful diamonds, so you do want that authenticity. And in addition, they also included some other really useful items such as polishing cloths, gift bags in case you are going to be gifting it to a loved one, and the overall entire experience was just so luxurious and so well thought out. In addition to a brand's packaging, I really value whether or not a brand also offers free returns and exchanges, because especially, again, if a brand is new to you, you want to be able to purchase with peace of mind that you're going to love the items and you're going to keep the items because you love them. How something looks on you versus how it looks on the website can be two completely different things, and I'm very much the type of person to order a ton of things and try on a lot of things and then return the things that I don't love. So if a brand does not offer free returns and exchanges, I'm honestly very hesitant to sometimes buy a lot of one thing, because then, you know, you don't know if you're actually going to end up liking it or not. But a brand that offers free returns and free exchanges definitely stands behind the quality of the product and the quality of their designs, and so they're confident that you're going to love what you love and they're going to love their pieces just as much as I love mine. I really hope that you'll check out Gingiberi. Their website features so many beautiful creations, and you should take the time to look through every single one. I'll leave all the links down in the description, so it's really easy for you to shop. And I hope that while I was talking about these pieces, you could really feel my excitement about how beautiful these pieces are. I think I rarely get this excited about something, and Gingiberi is definitely a brand to be excited about. Once again, I'll leave everything you need down in the description, and if you use my code SOMIN15 at checkout, you can get 15% off your entire purchase, and I really believe that you'll love their pieces as much as I do. Okay, let's go back to talking about this beautiful new Cali 25. So before I get into the story time, I do want to give a general overview of the bag just in case this is on any of your wish lists as well. So once again, this is an Epsom leather in the color Craie with palladium hardware. I'm sure that many of you are familiar with the Cali 25. It is a really good size, in my opinion, not too big, not too small. Let's undo it so we can see what comes with the bag. So I've just opened up the sangles, and you can just open up the flap. And inside, it is probably kind of like less space than my Birkin 25, I have to say, and especially because the Epsom leather is so stiff, I do find it a little bit difficult to get in and out of the bag. But let's see what comes inside the bag. So Inside, I've actually already put in a little bit of an organizer. I just got this one off Amazon because I don't have enough time to get one from 7RP before I go to Korea. And inside it also has a back zipper as well as a front pocket. And that is all the organization that the bag comes with. Of course, because this is a Cali 25, it comes with a shoulder strap. So this is my first Cali, so this is the first time I'm having like a quota bag with a strap. But it has this lovely, lovely little strap with the palladium hardware like so. I haven't taken off the stickers quite yet, but this is the strap. And then of course it also comes with a little clochette. So you can see the hardware for the clochette is also palladium with the Craie Epsom leather. I think because of how kind of difficult or annoying it is to kind of do up the bag every single time, I'll most likely keep my bag open just like I do with my Birkin 25, and I like the casual feel that this gives when it is kind of undone, and I don't really think that anybody can still reach into my bag to grab anything, so this is probably the way that I'm going to be wearing it. Let me undo the plastic on the clasps so I can show you what it looks like clasped on. So the stickers are off. I just love how shiny the palladium hardware is. So I have clasped on my straps now, and this is what she looks like with her shoulder strap. Honestly, this is probably only long enough for you to kind of wear it like this. Not really long enough to wear crossbody in my opinion, but it is really convenient that you do have that hands-free option just in case you need it. Okay, I have a couple more accessories that I do want to share with this bag, but let me just get into the story time of how I even came into possession of this beautiful Cali. So like I said, this year, I've already been very, very, very lucky. So I received my Birkin 25 here in Noir back at the end of January this year, and then I immediately after was offered to do a special order in the middle of February, so I placed my special order, which was a mini Cali. I'll put a link to the video up here if you're interested in how that process went. But again, I was kind of under the impression that I was pretty much done for the year for quota bags because, as many of you know, typically people are only allowed to buy 2 quota bags a year. So my first quota bag was obviously my Birkin 25, and I kind of assumed that my second quota bag would be my special order in the chance that it came this year. Of course, there was a pretty big chance that it wasn't going to come this year, in which case then maybe I could get another bag in December, kind of like playing it by ear whether or not my special order comes. But my SA had kind of let me know like, okay, that's kind of it. Maybe in December we'll see if your special order hasn't come, but you know, 2 quota bags is like, that's kind of it for you. But then very, very recently at the end of May, he kind of just like asks me, hey, is there anything that you'd like to put on your wish list in terms of quota bag? Like, what would you want for your next quota bag? And I was like, interesting, because I thought it was done. And so this year, honestly, I wasn't shopping very heavily at Hermes either because I didn't really feel like there was a need to rush. Of course, if there was something here and there that I wanted, I would purchase it. But this year, in comparison to last year, my spending has been way, way, way down at Hermes. And so when he asked me that, of course, I'm going to answer. So basically what I said was, you know, my engagement is coming up and I would really love a Cali 25 in Cellier, preferably in an off-white color, so like maybe Craie, or preferably, like most preferably at the top of my list, I actually put the colors of Gris Pale or Gris Pearl because I feel like those colors are a really, really, really pretty white, whereas Craie maybe doesn't really show up on camera, but it is a little bit warm, so it does pull a little bit of yellow, and I did really want like a true kind of like cool toned bag, and so that's why I put Gris Pale and Gris Pearl at the top of my list. And of course, palladium hardware was a must because I had emphasized that I really did want this for like an engagement or wedding bag, and so of course palladium was a must. So he asked me that, and we kind of just like leave it at that, and he was like, okay, you know, let's kind of see. He's like, oh, I learned a couple things in terms of like quota bags, and I was like, okay, like sure. And I kind of wanted to emphasize like I'm not in a rush, and for me personally, I would much rather wait a long time for like the perfect bag to arrive rather than kind of like compromising on like color or compromising on one or other thing or another just to get the bag faster. Because for me, and I mentioned this in literally my previous video, that like I view Hermes as a marathon, not a sprint. I'm planning to shop at the brand for a very long time, and I'm also not the type of person to want like tons and tons of bags in my collection. So for me, I'm perfectly fine getting a bag every 1 to 2 years because I love the bags that I have and I'm going to enjoy using the bags that I have. And if I have too many, I just feel like I'll be a little bit overwhelmed and some bags won't get as much love as they deserve. And so for me, I'm much more of like a little bit more of a minimalistic person. So again, I was perfectly content to wait for this Kelly to come, and I wasn't in any rush. I do want to mention a funny fact though, that this bag, this kind of off-white Cali 25 Salieri Epsom whatever, I'd actually asked for this bag in lieu of getting this bag. So originally, my very first Quota bag was a Birkin 30 in gold. I really wanted a gold Birkin, and so that's what I requested, and that's what I got. But then for my second Quota bag, I actually did request like this exact bag for my Quota bag, but instead there was just, I guess maybe it was difficult, or maybe the color wasn't coming in, or who knows. My SA instead offered me this bag because after this bag, I wanted this bag. And so kind of what happened essentially was I got this bag before I got this bag. So I kind of got the bags in the reverse order of which I asked them for, because this was kind of number 2 on my list. This is number 3, but instead I got this one first. And then very thankfully I did get this one. But back to kind of like the story time. So, you know, the text happens, like I tell him what I want, and then he was just like, okay, like we'll leave it at that. And then on the 1st of June, I had an appointment with him. It was like kind of like a watch event, not really. Basically, they just flew in a lot of really beautiful watches, and they were having a mini event. It wasn't anything like the boutique shutdown, but the watch expert of like Northern America came to kind of talk about the watches. So we had the appointment, and there I was picking up some gifts for my family in Asia as I'm going to Korea. And, you know, we checked out a couple of watches, and it was just very casual, very fun, just catching up with my essay. And I actually brought like a friend to the event as well, and we were just drinking a little bit of champagne. But eventually, because kind of like the gift picking process was taking a little bit too long, I actually had to run and leave my appointment a little bit quicker than I expected, because right after my Hermes appointment, I had a Van Cleef appointment that I had already scheduled. So pretty much nearing the end of my Hermes appointment, or like the time that I'd slotted, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I think I have to go. I wanted to look at some shoes, but I think I'll just buy the gifts that I've already picked out, and then I'll see you when I get back from Asia. And so that's what I said. And he's like, okay, like no problem. Just wait here for a second. I'm just gonna go grab something. I'll be right back. And so I was like, okay. So kind of wandered over to the shoe section with my friend, and Matthew had actually left at this time. He had come to the appointment with me, but then he left because he was going to go to a suit appointment for, you know, his own engagement preparations or whatever. And then my essay comes back. I'm just browsing in the shoe section, and he comes back with a box. And since I'm like looking at the shoes, I kind of thought it was like a shoe box. I was like, oh, maybe he brought me like a cute pair of Oasis sandals or something special. And I was like, oh, okay, like, oh, what's he got in the box? And he's like, I think you're gonna need to come to a private room with me. And I'm like, private room for shoes? Like, that doesn't seem right. And so, you know, I kind of just like pick up my champagne glass and I follow him into the room. My friend is also like awkwardly following behind me too, because she's like, oh my God, what's going on? And so we get into the room, and then it hits me like, this is going to be a Quota bag. And so he's like, here is something for you. This is for me to say congratulations on your engagement. I'm so happy for you and Matthew, and I really wanted to give you this before you went on your Korea trip and you got engaged, because this is something that I know would be very special to you guys. And so I am, of course, freaking out a little bit, because my other 2 Quota bags, my Birkin 30 and my Birkin 25, they were not surprises at all. For my first Quota bag, my essay kind of tried to surprise me, but it was a little bit like there were hints going on that was what it was going to be. It was going to be a Quota bag. My second Quota bag, I knew 100% for sure that I was going in to pick it up. But this one, this Kelly, was a complete surprise. Again, because I just thought I was done for the year for Quota bags. And so I was about to open it up, but Matthew had left for the suit supply situation. And so then I like immediately called Matthew. I was like, please come back. Like, you should be here for this. I need you here for this. And so he hurriedly runs back because he had just left the store. And then when everybody was in the room together, like my best friend and Matthew, I opened up the bag and I pulled out this exquisite bag. And although that my first choice was Grey Pale or Grey Pearl, my essay was basically like, that's a seasonal color. I'm not really sure if it's going to come out anymore. And honestly, I think Craie was such a better choice, because this is a true like white for a wedding. And I love that it's a little bit more creamy, a little bit more off-white. And it actually matches the outfit that I'm planning to wear for my engagement pretty well. And so I honestly could not be happier. I was so surprised, so taken aback. And once again, I'm just so thankful to my essay for vouching for me to get this bag, and for, you know, thinking about me and Matthew as good clients for us to be able to get this offer. and it is the most perfect bag. So here it is. I've got the two like best combination. I've got black and gold, I've got white and palladium, and these are my dream bags. Like, I don't really know how Hermes can top this, aside from my special order that will be coming. So actually a little bit funny. So Matthew was so kind enough to buy this for me. He said it's going to be my proposal gift, and he was there, thankfully, at the time when I opened it. And so I'm actually not supposed to be able to like see this bag yet, because he's like, I'm gonna give it to you when the engagement happens and whatever, but he was kind enough to let me do the unboxing for you guys, and then the video will come out after the engagement. But I'm just so in love with this bag. I love it. I love that it's in Epsom because it's just going to be a lot more durable, especially as a white bag. You should always be careful about color transfer, and Epsom will just be a little bit more preventative in that sense. And again, as a white bag, I think that the Cellier, I think that the Kelly 25 more structured style is perfect for an elegant evening bag. Okay, before we get into my little bit of like background Hermes journey, if you're curious about pre-spend, I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But before we do, I did want to show a couple of accessories that I'm planning to put on the bag that are going to be very kind of engagement-esque, I guess. You'll see what I'm talking about when the engagement video comes out. But for this, I actually didn't find any Hermes twillies that I was like totally in love with. I do have this Dogs of Paris twilly that is super cute, that does match like fairly well with the Craie color, but this Craie already pulls a little bit warm, and the kind of cream color on the twilly is also pulling very warm. So I thought it was like a little bit too warm, and I wasn't in love with this combination. And so I wanted to get a new twilly, and Dior had the most perfect twilly. So let me unbox that for you right now. I just picked it up today. Here is the twilly. I already unboxed it in the store because I wanted to make sure that it wrapped well against my Kelly. So I've taken all the tags off already, but here she is. It is this beautiful floral patterning, and on the other side it has this beautiful pinky mauve Christian Dior logoing that's very common amongst a lot of their mitzvahs. And I have one that's actually very similar that's on my DJoy right now, but it's a little bit more purple, and I was definitely looking for something that was a little bit more pink and white because again, it matches this proposal theme that will be going on. And when I held it up against my Kelly, I thought that it was the perfect match. I think the white is still off-white enough where it's not like a stark white, but because it pulls a little bit more of a true white, it really kind of lightens up the bag. And again, this floral detailing is so beautiful. So let me just wrap the handles really quick. Okay, here the twilly is unwrapped. I might change it a little bit. I'm not really good at wrapping the Kelly handle just yet, I think. For some reason, I find that the Birkin handles are much easier to wrap. But once again, I think that the coloring of this twilly is absolutely gorgeous. This beautiful mauve color peeking out with these beautiful shades of pink and off-whiteness is just the perfect bag for the most elegant feminine bag there is. The next accessory that I want to show, which I'm not too sure if I will put on my Kelly because it might just be a little bit too pink, but my essay was kind enough to offer me this beautiful mauve Sylvester with chai wings and Craie mane, tail, and kind of loop thing here. This was given to me before I actually got my mini Kelly offer. I just love the color pink, and while this is a little bit more of like a purplish pink, I think it is still really cute, but it might clash a little bit too much. I don't know. Let me put her on. I think she's okay. I think she's pretty cute. Again, maybe the pink is just a little bit too strong for me. I don't really like it when too many things like pop out on a bag like you see here. My Rodeo here is like noir on noir. I like it when the color scheme is kind of matching. But right now, Hermes has just released the most perfect pastel Rodeos and Pegasuses, and they're beautiful. They have like blue broom. They have a new color called Rose Darling, which is like the most beautiful pastel pink. They also have it in this beautiful pastel purple, as well as a beautiful pastel yellow. And so I've asked my essay to keep an eye out for those because, you know, I love collecting my beautiful little Rodeos and Pegasuses. I think they're so cute. But right now, this is the final form of, again, the most perfect bag there is. So to give a little bit of backstory because I know some people are always curious about my general spending and journey at Hermes. I'll just do a really quick recap of kind of how it's gone. So I started shopping at my local Hermes boutique back at the very end of July, and I received my first Quota Bag on September 1st. So that was my Birkin 30. And then I received my second Quota Bag at the end of January, which was my Birkin 25. I received my special order in the middle of February, or I made my special order in the middle of February, and then I got my third Quota Bag, or maybe fourth Quota Bag, on June 1st of this month, and that was my Cali 25 in Craie. And so as you can see, I've been extremely lucky in terms of my Hermes journey, I feel, because I've gotten all the bags that I've requested, and I know that these are very desirable colors, very desirable sizes and styles. And so once again, I cannot thank my SA enough for always keeping me in mind and always being able to fulfill my wish list. In terms of spend, at least for this Cali 25, if you guys are curious about like how much I've spent since buying my Birkin 25. So in between my Birkin 25 and my special order, I think maybe I spent like a couple $1,000s, I don't know. But again, that situation was like special in itself, so feel free to go back and look at the other videos. But just kind of disregarding the special order, in terms of like getting my Birkin 25, how much I spent since this purchase, and my Cali 25, I think I've probably spent around $8,000, like post-tax or whatever. And this bag currently retails for $11,800. And so my, I don't know, ratio was probably like 0.6 to 1 or something, but it was far less than a 1-to-1 spend, which is the first time. Actually, no, I guess my Birkin 30 was also kind of a little bit under a 1-to-1 spend, but this is my first bag where it was like greatly under 1-to-1. But I think this is a really good example of how pre-spend kind of doesn't matter as you continue to build your relationship at Hermes. Like maybe in the beginning, of course, as a new client, that maybe number figure matters a little bit more because you haven't really established a relationship or like a personal relationship with the sales associate that you're working with. And of course, they want to see that you're buying from different categories and whatnot. But definitely, I feel like I'm at a point with my SA where it's not so much of like a transactional situation where it's like, oh, I know I need to buy X, Y, and Z before I get this bag. And there's really no like games or like any kind of uncertainty that I feel whenever I shop at Hermes now, which of course is really, really nice. And I think that again shows that at this point, it's not really about like, oh, how much money did I spend or what did I buy before getting a bag? It's just more so like, is the bag that I've requested available? Like, has enough time passed since my last offer? And kind of like more of those factors, more so than like, oh, I need to spend a 1-to-1, a 2-to-1 before getting the bag. And I've heard from, you know, reading online and other things like that, as you build that relationship, that's how many of those relationships become, where it's kind of less about, yeah, how much you buy, but more just like, oh, now it's just like an SA you're working with, you buy things every once in a while, but they're much more willing to help you find your dream bag or your quota bag, more just because you have this nice relationship between the two of you, more so than pre-spend and other things like that. Not to say that like my next bags will come as easy as this or they'll come as fast or whatever, but once again, I think, you know, maybe it helped that it was going to be my engagement pretty soon. This is the first time that I've ever bought up like a special event. Like I've never ever brought up anniversaries or birthdays or whatever. And once again, I'm very much the type to not have things on my wish list. Like I very rarely ask for things from my SA, and I'm much more the type of person where I like to just set up appointments every once in a while and just like shop whatever's in store rather than kind of having like a long running list of things. I literally never ask for non-quota bags essentially because I prefer the Birkins and Kellys, but if I do like my other non-quota bags, those were just kind of offered to me because my SA thought that I might like them. And in general, I'm very just like a non-pushy person. I'm just very chill and lax at my appointments. We often talk about things like, of course, nothing related to Hermes. And so I think also maybe that helps because I'm not constantly like, oh, do you have this? Yeah, this, yeah, this, yeah, this, yeah, this. And I know that that can be a little bit overwhelming for SAs at times. So if I do have any advice to give, which honestly I don't have too much because I am a pretty new customer still at Hermes, I would just say that working on that relationship with your SA, like getting to know them, connecting with them on a level like further than Hermes, and just being very casual, very chill, you know, find someone that you honestly can like truly vibe with and your personalities mesh well together. If you're working with an SA that you feel uncomfortable with, or you just feel like you are pressured or something, I would honestly recommend trying to find somebody else, because that's not a fun shopping experience at that point. It's not going to be a fun experience even when you get the bag. You might feel just like resentment or something, and shopping and spending these large sums of money should always be something that is rewarding for you and you feel good about it afterwards. And so once again, the most important thing about shopping at Hermes is just who are you shopping with. And this is the most perfect gift that I could ask for my proposal, not just from Matthew, but also for my essay. And I truly believe like I am one of the luckiest people in the world. Well, that pretty much brings me to a wrap of this unboxing. Please let me know if you have any particular questions about this bag, or if you want me to do like a more thorough review of it later. But stay tuned, please make sure you're subscribed, because I'm literally going to Craie tomorrow. I'm going to be filming my entire experience there. It's going to be a lot of like vlog style, shopping. I'm also going to Japan, so I'll do a lot of shopping there as well. So, if you like those kind of vlogs, and of course, skincare, beauty treatments, all that good stuff will be happening. And of course, if you're interested in my ring reveal and how the proposal happens, that will also be shared with all my lovely subscribers on my channel. And if you're interested in that, once again, please make sure you hit that bell notification so you're there when the upload goes live. Lately, I've been feeling a lot of love from people around me, and of course, all my lovely subscribers on YouTube. I could not be more thankful for your support and your lovely comments on all my videos. It just really, really warms my heart. I've been having some tough times at work, and like it's just been stressful leading up into this vacation and this engagement. I feel like I've been really frazzled about preparing things and planning things. Like I haven't been really good about that, I would have to say, but I think whenever I open up YouTube and I start reading your comments, or I'm here and looking at this bag, like all of these positive emotions come to me. And I just wanted to say that I'm so grateful once again for everything that you guys do. I am only here to create entertainment for you guys, I feel like, and I really love sharing my life with you guys, because in turn I feel like you guys also share your lives with me, and I love just creating this wonderful community of luxury lovers. So that brings us to a wrap on today's video. Again, I will have all the links for Gingiberi and their beautiful jewelry pieces down in the description box below. If you use my code SOMIN15 at checkout, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase. They have so many exquisite pieces. Please go check them out. I think they look so beautiful paired against this Kelly. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye guys!